Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather with Eric Oren.
Good morning, everyone, and let's start things off with a Monday look at where temperatures are right now across the state. You can see fairly chilly morning there in Burns at 7 degrees, and then the rest of us in the teens and 20s as we get close to the 30s there coastally. But fairly chilly morning today, and those chilly conditions, they're going to persist, although we're going to end up somewhere in the middle 40s today, so a little closer to our seasonal averages than we saw into last week. Now, here is a look at current weather in Bend right now. You can see temperature 18 degrees, wind out of the south at around 6 miles an hour. And it's going to be probably the 5 to 10 mile an hour range today, but generally speaking, northerly winds looking fairly light, and we do see some good visibility on the horizon, despite some early fog in some certain areas of Oregon. We are looking fairly clear today and through the midweek. So let's take a look at some weather headlines for you. Calm and clear conditions on the way today. We do see chilly nights ahead, though. We've been down in the teens and 20s, and that will continue. But then also at the end of the week, we do see a chance for a wintry mix Thursday night going into Friday and persisting on through the weekend. So a chance for some high elevation snow as we stay fairly chilly going forward. Now, here is another important thing to note. Now, this time of year, as those overnight temps get very low, like we've been discussing, and the road temperature gets below 32 degrees, the chance for black ice formation gets very, very high. And of course, that's virtually impossible to see. And we do have some chilly nights coming ahead, so I wanted to make mention of this as you plan for your morning commutes. Also important to note that these conditions are going to be around for a little while as we do see some wintry conditions in the forecast. Now, here's a look at the satellite and radar of the Pacific Northwest. You can see a dome of high pressure keeping us fairly clear. You can see that arcing way out over off the coast. Now, that's going to move overhead into the Pacific Northwest as we make our way throughout the week. But as of right now, looking fairly clear. Now, it's creating a northerly flow as well, so winds out of the south. Looking really pretty calm at this point in around 5 mile an hour range. Throughout the afternoon, we may see closer to 5 to 10 mile an hour range and gusts slightly higher than that. But generally speaking, winds pretty calm here for the next couple of days. Now, with that, we do have an air stagnation advisory in much of the state. Now, due to a lack of wind and some less than ideal air quality, these advisories allow these airs to stay fairly less than ideal with regard to air quality. Now, let's look at our air quality here locally. Speaking of which, you can see moderate conditions throughout the region and in the southern parts of Deschutes County here and Sun River and Lapine. We're in unhealthy ranges, and we expect things to change a little bit throughout the day. But again, as I mentioned, wind's not too active today, so keep that in mind. Temperatures right now in the high desert fairly chilly, 8 degrees in Lapine, 9 in Sisters, so into the single digits, and then the rest of us into the teens. And then as we make our way towards Warm Springs in the northern part of the forecast area, 23 degrees and 25 degrees there in Madras. Let's look at our highs for the day. We're going to top out in the middle 40s here, a little bit cooler in Madras there, just below 40 degrees. Take a look quickly at your overnight lows here. That's where it gets real chilly. Teens and 20s. That trend is going to continue here for at least a few more days. Take a look here at your 7-day forecast. We see clear conditions through the midweek. Temperature staying fairly consistent, although those overnight lows fairly chilly. And then as we make our way through the end of the week, things staying a little bit cooler. And of course, a chance for a wintry mix coming our way Thursday night into Friday.